morning, West Coast. Good afternoon, East Coast. Hello to everybody in between and outside. It's Ian the Off Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. It is New Year's Eve. We are saying goodbye to 2023 and hello to 2024, everyone. Hope you're having a great day and a great last day of 2023. And if you've already crossed over that mark, which Australia has already crossed over, I believe, into 2024, and if that is the case, happy 2024 to you if you're here from Australia. We've got Linda Denton, we got Linda Faust, we got Katrina, Judy, Janine, Donna, Andrea. Lynn says, I just want to pop in and say Happy New Year to you, Ian, and everyone. It's always my dinner time here in the UK when Ian goes live. Grr, we'll watch you on the replay. Love to you all. Have a great evening. Thank you for joining me and watching the replay, Lynn. I really appreciate it, and Happy New Year to you. Jean, Donna, Bogart, Diane, Catherine, I already said Katrina, Caroline, Karen Owen. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I know today we might not have as many people on because today is Becca's. If you are a VIP member, she has a VIP that literally just started, a VIP hangout that just started on Zoom. I'm going to jump in there after the live is over with. I do need to record a video really quick because I haven't recorded my recap video yet for the month of December because I have one more completion that's going to happen on this live that I wanted to include in that video. So after this live is over, I have to record that video and then I'll jump into the Zoom. But anyways, Catherine says, love the shirt. Thank you. I love this shirt too. I love this shirt a lot. I got this actually from, there was a training at one of my jobs that I took a few years ago, and he was awesome. I really love the training that he did. It was a really good training, and he wore this shirt, and I was like, I want that shirt. And then he came out with it, and I was like, yes, I am getting that shirt. So, Christy, hi, welcome. Good to see you. Susan is here. Rachel is here. Dragonflies for Donna. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Wow, we've already jumped up to 72 people here today. Thank you guys for joining me, and happy New Year's Eve. I want to say that I made a whoopsie doodle. Before we jump into it, I did want to let everybody know I made a whoopsie doodle. So as you know, I've relaunched my membership here on my channel. If you are a channel member, your name highlights in green, just like Jackie. Jackie's name is highlighted in green. She is a channel member. Thank you, Jackie, for being a channel member. And one of the perks of being a channel member is you get to see videos before everybody else does. So I have set currently a video that has not made a public debut yet, but it is available for my members of my channel. And I didn't think that it was going to show up on my channel for everyone to see. I thought when I set a channel member video to go live that channel members would be able to see it, but like everybody else wouldn't be able to see it yet. Well, that's not the case, apparently. Apparently, YouTube has changed things a little bit in the fact that when a video gets set to channel members only, everybody can see it, but those who are not channel members will see that it is a channel member only video. I don't want y'all to freak out. The big thing that I'm bringing up about this is I don't want y'all to freak out because I am not going to go to a paid only structure of video. I will not have videos that are for channel members only. There's only one video that I can think of that would ever be that way, and basically it would be a video to channel members saying thanks for being a channel member. Like, that is literally the only video that I would ever make only for channel members. So you probably can see it on my channel right now. There is a video for how to do glue-based binding on, like, under one of my favorites videos. Thank you so much, Tammy, for becoming a channel member at the bronze level. Woo-woo! Thank you, Tammy. Greatly appreciate your support and helping to support my channel. So there is a glue basting binding video on my channel. If you are a channel member, you can watch that video right now. However, if you're not a channel member, don't worry. I don't want you to freak out that it will never be a video that you can see. I just didn't know that you would be able to see it until it went live. That's what I thought. So don't freak out. The second week in January, that video will become a video that everyone has access to. So please don't freak out. If you see videos that go up that say channel member only, don't freak out. It is not going to be that way forever. It will switch to a video that you can view when it becomes public for everyone. So that's just one of the perks for channel members. They can see videos early and get early access to those videos, but don't freak out. It will never be a fully tiered system where only channel members can see this video permanently. That's never going to happen. It will get switched over into a public video where everybody can see it. I just didn't realize that everyone would be able to see that it's listed for channel members. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I hope everybody understands. I didn't want anybody to freak out and be like, oh, Ian's gonna start charging for all of his content. That is not the case. I promise you, second week of January, my glue basting binding video will switch to everybody has access to it, so don't freak out. Okay, hope that helps kind of clear things up. I haven't had anybody come back and complain to me yet, but I wanted to get ahead of it. So in case anybody did freak out and was like, Ian, what are you doing? I didn't want anybody to freak out and think that I'm charging for my content now. Not the case. Not the case. All right, so now that that's out of the way, if you ever see hi, So Fun Creations. So if you ever see a video on my channel, don't freak out. It will become a public video. It's just going to go up for channel members first, and then you will be able to see it. And that's not always going to be the case because like my puzzle mystery quilt clues, those will never go to channel members first. It will become available to everyone at the same time. So don't freak out about that. All right, so enough about that. Let's talk about the make that I'm going to finish on this live. I'm so excited. As many of you know, I did the Mad Hatter's Tea Party quilt for a wedding present for one of my friends in 2022. Yeah, 2022. And there was a whole lot of leftover fabric in that kit. When you buy a Tulip Pink quilt kit, there's actually a lot of fabric left over from that. So I have slowly been working through that fabric and creating a crazy quilt, an I Spy quilt. I don't know what you want to call it, but a lot of different people call it a lot of different things. So I've been creating a kind of crazy quilt using the leftover pieces from it. And you can probably see I have a bin of fabric over here of leftover pieces from that quilt. And I have been putting together this quilt right here. So it is, like I said, it is a crazy quilt. It is a all over the place quilt. It is, yeah, there's a lot going on in this one. And I think it's going to be a really fun quilt when it is all quilted up. But today I'm going to be working on finishing it out. Thank you, Katie. This is one of my favorite quilts that I've ever done for the Puzzle Mystery Quilt. It is the Piazza quilt, and it was amazing. I love it. So today I have one more row that I am going to attach onto, whoops, and that's upside down. I have one more row that I'm going to attach, this one right here, and I need to make one more block. So we're going to make one more block, and then we're going to attach the whole thing to the quilt, and that will be a complete for 2023. I'm literally completing one last project in 2023. And that's why I didn't want to record my monthly recap until I got that done. So we're going to work on that. That's what we're going to be working on today. We're going to make one more block, and then we're going to sew it together, and we're going to call it good. How about that? Sherry says, I am still working on the Mad Hatter's Tea Party quilt. I cut it out 2 years ago. There's a lot to it. There is a lot to that quilt. But you are going to be so excited with all of the leftovers that you have. I've made several projects. I've made a what I call a trophy block. It's basically a teapot and a teacup that come from the pattern, and I made it for myself as kind of like a trophy from that original quilt. So I used the fabric left over, and then I've made all of these blocks and a few other little odds and ends using the leftover pieces. Josie says, Happy New Year, Ian and quilty friends. Happy New Year. Kate says, did you design that Tulip Pink leftover quilt yourself? Yes. I've literally just been improv, sticking pieces together and being like, this looks good. And there's a couple of pineapple blocks that are using pineapple paper foundation paper piecing templates, and I've been using those as well. So literally I've just been like throwing stuff together to make a quilt, and it is a hot mess. I've actually thought I'm gonna call this quilt Hot Mess when it's all done, because it is a hot mess of Mod Podge. Everything is what it is. So let's make that one more block, and then we will put it all together and call it good. Oh, I haven't even turned on my machine yet. How silly is that? I gotta turn on my Bernina and get her going. I think I'm gonna work with some of my, I have a stack of 2.5-inch blocks. I think I'm gonna work with those and just kind of sew these together, and then it'll need more, obviously, but I'm just gonna kind of work and put stuff together. But the hot mess looks so fun. I know, it does look fun, doesn't it? It is a hot mess, but it is a lot of fun. And I think it's gonna be really cool when it all comes together. Yo, Patty G is here. You always wear the coolest shirts. Thank you, I appreciate that. I try to pick some fun shirts to wear on live. Not all my shirts are fun, but a lot of them I feel like are pretty fun. So, did you get your prize, Patty? I put all the prizes in the mail for the Christmas Eve live. I did put all of those into the mail, so everybody should have received their prizes, I'm hoping. If mail worked the way that it was supposed to, and we all know around this time of year, it tends to be a little slower sometimes. So I hope you got everything. And then don't forget, tomorrow I'm gonna go live for a very short amount of time. It's gonna be a very, 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 very quick live. I'm gonna go live because I'm gonna be picking the 3 winners of the what is it, 50, I think $50 gift card from Threaded Lines. I believe it's $50 Threaded Lines gift cards. So make sure, if you haven't already, go enter that giveaway. It closes tonight on January 1st at midnight. So you have until midnight tonight to get that form filled out if you want a chance at winning one of those 3 gift cards. Guess who? Nancy is here and says hello and hi y'all, happy new year. Hello. We also have Lori here saying hello and happy new year. Hello. Haven't checked my mail for a week. Now I have to go get dressed and go check. It should be there, I think. Unless something slowed it down, it should be there. So hopefully when you go check your mail, it will be there. I know somebody, I can't remember who, but somebody said that they did receive their package in the mail. So very happy about that. Very, very happy. Ooh, look, this one's perfect. It's got a little rat on it. We got a little rat on. It's perfectly framed. I think I did that on purpose, actually. See, we got a little rat perfectly framed there. So I'm going to add that into the mix. And do something like that. Jackie says that she has hers. I'm so glad it made it to you, Jackie. Let's go ahead and cut that thread, and then we'll work on sewing these together. I don't know what I was going to say there. I don't know if my postcard, I did an international giveaway for a postcard. I have no idea if that postcard has made it or not, because international mailing takes a little bit longer. So who knows if that has made it there or not. I'm hoping it did, but I don't know yet. I do not know. Does anybody have any fun New Year's Eve plans that they're going to be doing? I'm going to go hang out at a friend's house, and he's doing a small little gathering. We're just going to have pizza and play board games and stuff like that. So it should be fun. Katrina says finished up 2 Advent projects this week. That is my last projects for 2023. Very nice. That is fun. I'm looking down. So yesterday I sat down and I started looking at the quilt shows that are available around the country for me to start entering quilts into. Sorry, I have a whole Excel spreadsheet of like what the show is, where it is, how much is the entrance fee, timelines, all that kind of stuff. I started writing all that down so that way I could start getting ideas of when I need to have packages in the mail or enter the things, all that kind of information. And so I have been starting to work on getting all that taken care of. So we will see if I can get some quilts entered. This week has just flown by. I took this week off of work and it has just flown by, I thought I was gonna have all the time in the world to get stuff done, and here I am at basically at the end of my holiday and going, oh wow, I did not accomplish half of what I tried to accomplish. Which is okay, it'll be fine, but it's just like time flew. Just time absolutely flew by. Way faster than I expected it to. So yeah, I'm a little behind where I wanted to be, and so yeah, I'm not quite exactly where I'm wanting to be, but hopefully it will all work out. I was going to try and what I was hoping to do is get color vortex. All hand sewed, because it is a faced quilt, which means the front wraps around to the back and you have to hand stitch all of that. I thought by now I would have that done, and it still sits in its bag waiting for me to finish doing that. So need to get that done. Let's see. Even mail to Canada is very slow. Yep, absolutely. It does take a little bit of time sometimes. Katrina says, my Secret Santa gave me a flannel charm pack for a baby quilt. It sews up at 6x7. Tomorrow my son can take me to find borders and backing to knock that one out of the first project for 2024. Very nice. Is the store going to be open? You might want to double check that it's going to be open on New Year's Day. I needed to renew my car's registration. And so the day after Christmas, I was like, oh, I can go to the sub courthouse and get this done, like no big deal. And I drove to the sub courthouse and they were closed. And I was like, wait a minute, what? I thought I didn't even check to see if they were going to be closed, because I was like, it's the day after a holiday. Of course they're going to be open, like, but they weren't. So I was like, oh, probably should have checked that. Oh well. Oh well. Judy asked, how do you enter the giveaway? Judy, if you go to my YouTube channel, there is a video that is the unboxing the gravity quilt. Inside of that video's description box, there is a link to the Google form. You're going to fill out that Google form, and that will enter you into the giveaway for one of 3 $50 gift cards to Threaded Lines. So make sure to do that by midnight tonight in order to be entered. Hi Susan, welcome. It's almost 2024. It is almost 2024. Can't believe it. Andrea is just showing and chatting in everyone's live today. That sounds like a good day. Janine is going to be just at home sewing. Sounds like fun. Let's see here. Quilting in the Man Cave has a question. When is the next payment for the Puzzle Mystery Quilt? If you are doing... I don't actually know when, like the specific date that they charge for the Puzzle Mystery Quilt. If you have any questions about the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, you can always email help@cottoncuts.com, and they will be more than happy to send you an answer on the question that you have, because I don't know what day they end up charging everybody's cards for those. Jackie says, planning on sewing with Katie's channel tonight. Very cool, Jackie. That'll be fun. Nancy says, I just did 4 months of Vortex and have 2 more to be up to date. Awesome. Katrina says, Joanne's should be open. Excellent. I don't pay attention to... Like I said, I went to the sub-courthouse and it was completely closed. And I'm like, but why? But why? Let's see. Katrina says, geez Louise, the long guy's girlfriend is doing the trimming and I'm wondering if there's going to be anything left on the front of the house. Good grief, my gutters and my downspouts may not make it. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Well, that will be fun. Jackie says, Happy New Year, everyone from the UK. First time I've caught a live with you. Welcome, Jackie. I'm so glad that you're here. Bambi says, Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. Almost New Year. Can't believe 2024. Can y'all believe it's 2024 already? Like, I don't know. 2023 just like, pfft, gone. Quilting, you're very welcome, Quilting in the Man Cave. I'm sorry that I don't have an answer for you specifically, but I just don't know when they charge, like every company charges cards a little differently, so I just don't know when they're going to be charging the card for that. Let's see. That's all I need for that. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't have a 5th one, but that's okay. Anyone else from North Carolina in the chat? Asked Josie. I don't know, but I'm sure if they are in North Carolina, they will pop in and say that they are. Georgie says, just popping in. I didn't miss much. Nope, you did not miss much at all. Karen says, when I mailed a card to a friend in Canada and one friend in Scotland, the one in Scotland always gets there first, sometimes a week before the one that makes it to Canada. I don't know why that is. I really don't know. My friend who lives in the Dallas-Fort Worth area mailed a card to me. He is also in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We live in the DFW Metroplex. The card that he sent to his cousin in Alaska made it to them before mine made it across the Metroplex. I don't understand. Don't know. Don't know. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. Teresa, are you going live today? Didn't know if you were going live today or not. So let us all know. And if you are going live, what are you working on today? Janine says, I'm hoping this year is better than the last. I know a lot of people who feel that way. I know a lot of people who feel that they are ready for 2024 to be better than 2023. All right, let's see. Okay, so I've done that. I think I'm going to cut 1 square out of this one. These are 4.5, 3, no, 2.5. 2.5. So I'm going to do a 2.5 inch block out of this one. How many of y'all are addicted to those Hemingway pouches? Because I have made several of them. I showed one of them here on my channel using the Besties fabric, and I made another one. Where is it? It's over there. I can't grab it. I mean, I could grab it. If y'all wanted to see it, I could grab it, but it's off camera at the moment. But I've been making Hemingway pouches like crazy. It's such an easy pattern, and I love that it uses one zipper. Or one side of the zipper, I should say. So that's been pretty fun. I also bought a huge, like 2 yards of the Soften Stable. I've never used that product before, so I'm gonna be very interested to see how it works. Teresa is planning on being live today, so make sure to check her out later today. And then Christy says 2023 was more of a dumpster fire than 2020 for me. So I'm done, so done with 2023. I've heard a lot of people saying that 2023 has been a dumpster fire. Susan says, I'm up to 11 Hemingway pouches. Susan, you were the one that you were the first one that I heard about the Hemingway pouch from, but you have made 11 of them. Goodness gracious. Jean says, I don't think I've seen it. Jean, okay, I'll grab my Hemingway pouch. I've made several so far. This is one that I made. Yes, I'm wearing pajamas. Deal with it. Wearing pajama bottoms because I want to be comfortable. This is the Hemingway pouch that I made. This is the most recent one that I made. Super, super easy, and love that you can do all sorts of fun stuff inside of it. This one, the first one I made, I used like computer bag padding, and it was way too hard to get through the sewing machine. So this one I just used regular batting on, and it came out much, much better. I like this one a lot. So this one is, love this size, love this shape. This one finishes at about 9 by 7. So it's a really, really good size for a lot of different things. So, well, Kathleen, there you go. This is the, I don't remember what size this is. What size pouch did I make this one? I think this one is the, I think this one was the medium. Yeah, this was the medium size pouch. Yeah, this one was the medium size pouch. So it's a pretty good size. You can fit a lot of things. I gotta show you this. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this or not, but like I try not to show measurements, because whenever we show patterns, we never want to show the measurements because that steals from our pattern. Do you see that little bite that got taken out of my pattern here? Yeah, I had this sitting on my mat when I was working on it. I had it opened like a book, and my rotary cutter took a chunk out of it because I wasn't paying attention that it was underneath my fabric. So I accidentally cut straight through my pattern. Whoops, oopsies. Jackie says, monthly renewals for Village Green were on the 15th and of the month, and ship on the first Friday of the month. Are you sure it's the first Friday for? Oh, Village Green. You were talking about Village Green. Sorry. Susan says, I made my first Holland pouch by the same designer. I love it. I can't wait to try that one. And then also Katrina says, soft and sable is so nice to work with. I'm excited to get it in and use it. Teresa's going to be live 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Math Geek is here, who's also a channel member. Thank you for being a channel member, Math Geek. Greatly appreciate that. Karen says, I want to make the Hemingway bag. I love yours and Becca's. The fabric is pretty fun on that one, isn't it, Susan? I love it. It turned out really, really well. Those are men's lounging pants. Yep, they are pajama pants. I was like, I mean, I'm just around here at my apartment by myself, so I don't need to get all dressed up and fancy. Not yet. I'll change into jeans when I leave for my friend's house. Let's see. Yo Patty G has made 6 Hemingway pouches so far. That's awesome. And Katie, hi. Hi, Ann. Letting you know I've been watching so far. Happy New Year. And I enjoy being part of your world. Well, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate all of you spending your holidays, multiple holidays now, hanging out and sewing and chatting and spending your time with me. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Bev says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Janine says, thank you for sharing. You're welcome. Lori says, simply adorable. I love it. I think it's a perfect size for all kinds of things. Like let's see, can I fit my scissors in here? Oh yeah, I could totally fit my scissors in here. Scissors go right in. So I could put a couple of my tools in here. There is a smaller one that's intended for like tools and stuff like that. You could absolutely do that. So yeah, I love these pouches. They're a good size. Ooh, almost made it back into the box. Katrina says, Timothy Totten made a square one that opens up almost like a bowl. It'd be great for clips. Ooh, that sounds fun. I like that idea. Robin says, I love the quilt behind you. Thank you. Let's see. Candy says, I love that one. The colors and the way it was done is so cool. The rotary cutter accident. That would so be me. Yeah. Totally just like, didn't even know that I cut off the the paper. Thankfully, it was just paper and not my skin, for sure. Jackie says, working on getting Aster Village Green assembled today. Cool, that's fun. I love mine. I actually put mine on the bed. I took it down from behind me because I rotate out quilts, as y'all know. I took that one down and I put this one up, and then Aster Village Green went onto my bed. So if you were to, I was about to say something real dangerous. I was about to say, if you get into bed with me, no, that's not what I mean. My bed currently, it has, let's see, so it has the top cover, it has the top sheet, it has a quilt, it has a weighted blanket. I have a 25-pound weighted blanket because I have trouble sleeping. I can't, like, I just can't, I can get to sleep, I just can't stay asleep. So a weighted blanket helps. So I have a weighted blanket, then I have another quilt, then another quilt, then another quilt. I think I have 6 layers on my bed right now. Top sheet, quilt, weighted blanket, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6. I have 6 layers of things on my bed. So there you go. Yeah. All right. So now let's do some color. I want to do some, let's see. I don't know if I want to do these or not. Candy says, excuse me, whoop, I'm missing some comments. Janine says, I bet everyone is wearing PJs. I bet you're probably right. Susan says the medium one is perfect size to keep those small rulers, and you don't see the clutter. That's a good idea. Candy says the pouches that open like a tray are kind of cool. I do agree. Rachel says, I use scrap tops from the Hemingway pouch to make smaller ones. That's what I did. I did, because I made the large pouch, and the cut part, I turned into a pencil pouch, or if you have like knitting needles or something like that, you can use it for that. Excuse me, Susan O'Neill says, so chatty, the large Holland pouch keeps all of my sewing tools. Even the Kai scissors with the rubber caps, again, eliminates clutter. That's a good idea. Katrina says, how can you breathe? I can breathe just fine. I don't put it over my head, but I just my head is out, but like, yeah. Kate says, can you even move? Yes, I can move. I don't know. I'd be roasting with that many layers on my bed. I also have a bed jet. So I have all those layers which help give the weight, but I also have a bed jet so it brings in some cooler air, because I do sleep hot. I do get pretty hot when I sleep. And so I do have the bed jet set up so that it brings a little of cooler, not cold, but a little cooler air into it. Georgie says, I think not moving is the goal. Do you have the AC on with all those covers? No, but I do have that bed jet on that brings a little bit of cooler air in. You sound like my granddaughter, excuse me, Jackie. She sleeps with a weighted quilt. I made her along with 2 blankets and quilts. The weight helps her SPD, sensory processing disorder. It's not so much, for me, it's not so much a sensory processing disorder. It just, like, there's something about having that much weight that calms me down. So I don't know. Maybe it is that. I don't know. But that's good that that she has all that. Shirley says, doing a squirrel den sewing room cleanup after the frenzy of getting Christmas things done. Woo! Yes, in my PJs. And I'm ready to start new projects tomorrow. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. Let's see, do I have some longer strips? Maybe I have some longer strips in here. I want to do solid colors to kind of break up the, well, I have one. Well, this might work. What? That might work. I might be able to do that. Yeah, let's do that. Yes, I do need, yeah, I need the weight to help me sleep. Weight is comforting. Absolutely it is. At least that's what I found. The weight is very comforting for me. I don't know why it is. It just is. The weight is comforting to me. And Teresa has never heard of BedJet before. Basically, the BedJet is a fan. It's like a fan device that goes under the covers, and it helps push air into the bed. And so I don't have mine directly blowing on me. I have it, so I have the top sheet, and then I have the BedJet, and then I have the quilts. So the quilts kind of help keep all that air in, and the top sheet help kind of disperse it. I tried it underneath the top sheet, but all that air coming in and blowing directly onto my feet, I did not like that. And so now that I've put it underneath the top sheet, it really helps kind of disperse that air a little bit more and make it a little more comfortable. It works well, and it's nice because it doesn't have an air conditioning unit, so it can't cool the air, but it can heat the air. So like when I first get into bed, I can turn the BedJet onto heated air and get the bed warmed up, and then when I actually go to sleep, I can switch it over to like cooler, not cold, but cooler air, and help circulate that. Kate says, it is so comforting to have weight on top of you as you sleep. It's like a big hug. Exactly. That is exactly what it's like, and I love that. That's what helps me sleep. Georgie says they're frequently used for children with autism. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably somewhere on the spectrum of autism, like very, very end of it, but I probably have some of that going on, because change is really hard for me. If change happens, oof, it's real hard for me to deal with. I manage, but it can be a lot. Robin says, you don't need a weighted blanket, Robin. Robin says, I have a 91-pound pit bull that tries to sleep on me. I get way too hot for that. Absolutely. I can understand that. Oh, too funny. All right. I should probably warm up my iron. Should probably do that. Happy New Year's, Tracy. Thank you for being here. Let's see, probably right along here, it feels like. Oh, actually, I'm going to cut it a little long, just in case. Because I'm hoping I can use this strip. I'm going to cut this strip down a little bit. What if we did like 1 inch? Does that sound good to everybody? 1 inch sounds pretty good. Oh, no, let's go 1.5. Because I forgot about seam allowances. Seam allowances, they're a thing. So let's go 1.5. Hello, Linda Denton. Welcome. Happy New Year from Weddington, says Josie. Hope everybody's going to have a very safe New Year's. Please make sure if you are going to any parties and if you are deciding to drink, please make sure not to drive or has a designated driver. Uber, or if you can, stay where you are, do that. Please do not drink and drive. I think it should go without saying, but unfortunately, it happens all too frequently. Teresa says, sounds like something that would work for me. I love the weight of my quilts, but within a couple of hours, I'm too hot and kick everything off. Yes, the BedJet has been extremely helpful for me. I was actually able to keep my air conditioning over the summer set to 74. Last year I ran it at 72 at night, but this year I was able to run it at 74 and it was perfect. It did just fine, so. Tammy has a question, and by the way, Tammy, thank you for being a channel member. Greatly appreciate your support. Tammy says, does anybody know where I can buy microfiber fabric? So if you know where Tammy can buy microfiber fabric, please let her know in the chat. She would greatly appreciate your help. And for some reason, this has come out wonky. I don't know how or why, but okay, sure. Why not? I don't understand. Sometimes these things just, I'm like, I don't understand. It should have been fine, but nope, too long. Happy New Year, says Bonnie. Happy New Year. Bonnie, hope you're having a great end of year 2023. Let's see. Tammy says, at an upholstery outlet. Susie says, hello from Wyoming. Hello, Wyoming. Hope you're having a great day. Never would have thought of upholstery with microfiber, but there you go. Hey, Fallon. Fallon just popped into the chat and said, hi, Ian. Happy New Year's, everyone. Hi, Fallon. Hope you're having a good day. Any fun New Year's Eve plans, Fallon? You and the hubby and the kids gonna do anything fun? Susie, thank you for becoming a bronze channel member. Woo woo! Thank you for supporting my channel. I greatly appreciate it. See, there's an inch. Let's go 1.5 inches. There we go. Joy T says, Ian, I love the quilt behind you. Thank you. I love it too. This is literally my favorite puzzle mystery quilt ever made. Love it. I love it. I love it. Love it a lot. I thought I had my bot would pop on and let me know when people join my membership, but apparently the bot is broken. I don't know if it's even, is it even activated? Somebody type into the chat exclamation point welcome or exclamation point help or something. I don't remember. I don't even remember the commands I put for my robot. I don't even know if it's working at this moment. And I do apologize that, oh, I lost my top thread. Oh, I lost my iPad. Everything's happening all at once. My top thread breaks and there it is. Thank you, Teresa. Why did it do it for her but not for Susie? Very strange. I don't understand what's happening. Thank you for Teresa for becoming a channel member. Woo woo! I don't know why it went for you, but not for Susie. Susie, I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. Robin asks, Ian, what is the pattern for the quilt behind you? This is a puzzle mystery quilt. It is, okay, Streamlabs is doing, okay, good. It is working. This was the puzzle mystery quilt. There is not a pattern available because the puzzle mystery quilt, they do not sell their patterns. So once a puzzle mystery quilt is done, they usually will send out, for those who took part, they will send them the cutting instructions so you can make this quilt again, but they do not sell these patterns on their website. However, if you would like for them to do so, I would shoot them an email, help@cottoncuts.com, and let them know that you are interested in receiving a pattern for this quilt, and maybe that will convince them in the future to start selling the patterns for their quilts. I think that's one way we will be able to get Cotton Cuts, because I've had so many people ask for patterns like Village Green, or this one, Piazza, or, you know, a lot of different ones. So many people have asked for it, and I think maybe if there's enough demand, that Cotton Cuts might start selling patterns for their puzzle mystery quilts. But I don't know. It's also a part of the puzzle mystery quilt is you get an exclusive quilt pattern that is not for sale. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I'm looking through all the things here really quick. Okay. Just making sure I'm not missing any major comments. So Be It Quilt says, I think it would be nice if they made patterns available a few months after the... I agree. I agree. I think that they should make the patterns available. And I don't know why they... You would think that they would want to do that, but I don't know. So, like I said, my recommendation is send a message to... Why did this come out shorter than the rest? What is happening? Did I do too many on this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I did too many. That's why. I was like, why is this one longer than the rest? But there you go. It is because I had an extra one. That's fine. It'll get trimmed off. It's no big deal. Joydy says, I will also send an email. That might be the only way. Like, if they see that there's a demand for it, that might be the way to get them to do the give out, or not give out, but like sell the patterns as well. So, I don't know. I cannot answer for Cotton Cuts, but maybe if there's enough demand, they'll see the interest in it and decide to sell them. One will never know. One will never know unless they try, right? Jackie says, I got nothing. I don't know. I'm sorry, Jackie. I don't know. YouTube, it's weird. Jackie says, Ian, I was watching Kathy Zilski's video and she mentioned you. She did she? Which video were you watching? Because there was one that I popped in recently, semi-recently, and she mentioned me in it. But did she mention me again even more recently? I'm sorry, Ian, can you tell me the name again? Are you talking about the quilt behind me, Joy T? This is the Piazza Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I would like to see a smaller mystery quilt for, so pricey for us in Canada. Yeah, it can be really expensive shipping it internationally, which is why they like hardly send things internationally. One of her very first ones. Oh, wow. Yeah, she and I, when I was into card making, she and I talked a little bit about lives, like doing live streams and that kind of stuff. And so we kind of traded industry knowledge here on YouTube and such. She's a great person. She used to live here in DFW a long time ago. And I keep hoping someday that like I'll visit her, or she'll visit me or something like that. We've never met in person, but she is a wonderful, wonderful human being. I love her to death. She's great. She's great. That's all I can say. She's great. Katie asks, is Cotton Cuts going to be offering Make a Quilt Your Way style and using a couple of past patterns? That will, Cotton Cuts is going to be offering Make a Quilt Your Way style, and it'll be using a couple of past patterns that will start in 24. That's good to know. I did not know that. I have been trying to pay attention to everything on social media, but I've been failing at it, as you can see. But that's good to know. Cool. Karen says, that's how I found you, Ian, through Kathy Zilski. She's amazing. She really, really is. Oh, Katie, this is Greenland Quilter. Okay, I thought it was, but I wasn't 100% sure because you've got a couple aliases on here, and so I never know if it's which Katie it is. All right. Oh, I didn't trim this to the right thing. I need to trim this to 1.5 inches. Like I've been doing all the other ones. This block is just, I don't know what happened, but we're going to pretend that I had a mimosa before working on this block, and that's why it's so weird. I don't know. Katie says that's because you didn't come to the third Thursday Zoom. We got a lot of info while we were there. Ah, good to know. Good to know. See, it shows it's good to go to that third Thursday. Sorry, I hear a car alarm. I know you can't hear it on the live, but it was a very high-pitched noise that just came out of nowhere, and I was like, what is that? And then I realized it's a car alarm. Apartments, man. Oh, how I would love to live in a house, but cannot afford it. Cannot afford a house. Katie, do you start at 3 Eastern time? And Katie says yes. So Katie, it sounds like, is going to be live today, the Greenland Quilter. Head over to our YouTube channel this afternoon at 3 Eastern, probably shortly after I finish up. And it sounds like she's going to be live today. Yeah, I really would like to meet up with Kathy. Like we have talked many a times, and she's a wonderful person, and I would love to meet her in person, but it just hasn't happened yet. Just has not happened yet. So, okay, this is going to be very uneven, and that's fine. That is fine. We're gonna work on this. We're gonna make this work. I did some wrong measurements somewhere. I don't know where, but. Auntie L says, I purchased the Stitch It kit and I'm planning to make the Cotton Cuts block of the month this year and turn it into a quilt. That'll be fun. I need to work some more. Katie bought me the Stitch It box and I need to work some more on that. I've been using Sylvia. So that'll be fun. Katie is doing a 12-hour live stream today. That's awesome, Katie. Math Geek says a mimosa sounds good. I'm at home today. Just got dropped off. Today, just going to drop into Becca's VIP for a bit. Have some condominium repair work, so I'm trying to box up breakables. Well, good luck with the repairs. I can be quite an undertaking whenever there needs to be repairs that need to happen. I had to have my window over here, I had to have the spring fixed in it because before I went to go stay with Becca, I was sitting here watching TV and there was a loud explosion. I was like, what happened? And I looked over expecting to see my window like all cracked and broken, but it wasn't. And I couldn't figure out what the noise was. And so I started like looking around. I went outside onto my patio, looked around there, tried to figure out what in the world happened to cause that noise. And so then I came back inside and I opened the window, and that's when I realized that the spring broke. And so my window wouldn't stay open anymore. I had to have maintenance come out and they had to repair the spring and get that fixed. So awesome. Katie says that way people can mill in and out and everyone's live streams. Katrina says, oh my, 12 hours, that's a lot. What's the plan? Yeah, Math Geek, it was so weird having that window the spring just popped. And when I explained it to the maintenance guy, when I explained what happened, he was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like the spring just popped in it." And I was like, "Okay, well, that's apparently what happened." So yeah, go figure. I don't know. I don't know, but it was weird, and I was like, "Okay, cool." Coolio. Awesome sauce. Love that. But he did fix it. So I obviously am not going to be opening the window here in winter. But when we get back to when we get back to the 1 week of spring that we have here in North Texas, I'll be able to open my window for the 1 week of spring. 1 week of spring. That's how it works here in North Texas. We get 1 week of spring and then it's immediately into summer, and that's what we get. So, laugh, laugh, laugh. Oh, I like that plan. That's a good plan. All right, so here's what we got so far. As you can see, it's not quite what I wanted, and so we're gonna make this work though. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna trim. We're gonna do some things to it, and we're gonna make it work. So I need my 12-inch, 12.5-inch ruler. Guys, I'm so stupid. Does anybody else have those? Woo! Hi everyone. Does anybody else have those like shower time thoughts? Like, and not those kind of shower time thoughts. I'm talking about like you think best in the shower. Literally, my friend got me a waterproof notepad so that way I could jot things down when I'm showering, because all of my thoughts tend to happen in the shower. Anyways, I was sitting there, I was showering, and I was like, what if I opened an OnlyFans account and I did it with me, like, with the quilts, like the quilt wrapped around me, or me, yeah, anyways. Random thought, keep moving on. Anyways, any fireworks in Greenland, asks Georgia. Katrina says, I was in the sewing room and I heard something fall, walked around the house and couldn't find anything out of order. Finally realized that my pocketbook fell off the dining room table, cutting, wow, off the dining room / cutting room table. Goodness gracious. That's a heavy pocketbook. That sucks. Too hot in Texas. Yep. It is way too hot in Texas. I try to watch some of the Katie's. I may need to take a nap though, absolutely. Do you know why, do you know Katie's YouTube channel? It is the Greenland Quilter. Katie, feel free to, I don't think you can because you're not. Teresa, can you grab Katie's channel for me, please? Fallon says, I didn't see this going on to OnlyFans. No, it's not. I was just joking and being silly. It's not gonna happen, but I was like, what if I did? What if I opened an OnlyFans and did like wrapped up in a quilt? How funny would that be? Nobody would pay for it. Oh boy. You're welcome, everyone. You are welcome. Liz says, hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Liz. Hope you're having a great day so far. Let's see here. Trim this right about here, I think. This is not a square block at all. Auntie L says, when I hear a random crash in my house, it's usually the shower curtain rod in the master bathroom. Oops. I was laying in bed the other day and I did hear a crash and I was like, what was that? And I realized it was that waterproof notepad. It totally took a dive in my shower and scared me half to death because it was like 8 a.m. or something like that. 8:30, something close to that. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's that noise? I do have random weird things fall, and I have no idea like why or how. It's just like out of nowhere. So Ian, have you been spilling the tea about your plans for the new year? I don't really have any plans so far for the new year. I have a couple of fun things going on. Fallon, you know one of them. I haven't talked about that one yet. I really want to get things kind of more finalized before I start talking about that one. But yeah, I don't really have anything too crazy. I am going to be working on the gravity quilt. I'm going to be working on the puzzle mystery quilt, both the Carnival and Tree of Life. Both of those are happening. And then I've got so many projects that I have lined up. I really need to get some of these projects finished. I have a whole stack of projects that need to be finished. I need to work on those real bad. Denise says, Ian, with your history of falling, I don't think that riding in the shower, soap and water, slippery when wet, is a good idea for any one of us. It happens. It's okay. Karen says you could do a calendar with you in a different quilt each month. So it's funny, Karen, because there is actually several years ago, I feel like 2019, there was a quilt that was the Men of Quilting, and they did something like that, kind of like the Calendar Girls did. I thought it was hilarious. I wish, it looks like they only did it once, but yeah, it was pretty funny. Let's see. Denise says, find something that you can record your voice instead. Gravity works, sometimes takes a while. Absolutely, Cindy. Georgie says, Ian, maybe you have ghosts. Sometimes they just want to be noticed. Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me. Andrea says, funny you should mention random crashes. I was just cleaning off my cutting table so I could get to the fabric ready for Katie's FPP sew along this evening, and I heard a major crash. I'm afraid to look. Don't you hate it when that happens? Don't you hate it when there's like a major crash and you're like, I really don't want to look at what just happened. I don't want to look. Let's see. Oh, I think we're okay there, but I need to do a little more sizing. I need to go this way a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this one. And is this one the same size? Close enough. Close enough. And also sometimes it's funny too, because sometimes I'll be sitting here in my apartment and I'll hear a noise and it sounds like something fell or like something rolls across the floor or something like that. And I realized, it took me a while to figure it out, but I realized that sometimes it's somebody dropping something in one of the apartments or outside the apartment, and the noise is actually transferring through the concrete. Because I know my next door neighbor, I've heard them drop stuff before, and I didn't sew that correctly. And I realized that it was my neighbor next door that dropped something, and I was hearing it through the concrete, because obviously concrete transfers sound. And so that will happen sometimes. And I, like, thankfully have learned to tune it out, and like, I don't hear it as often, but every now and again I will hear it happen, and I'm like, what was, oh, right. Go figure. It's weird. It's weird. Science, guys. All right, there we go. That should work. So now we're going to sew this. Sandra says, I'm late, but Happy New Year's from Australia. You are never late, absolutely at all. Glad you are here, and thanks for stopping by. How has your New Year's started off? Has it been a good one so far? I know y'all are ahead, so it is officially 2024 over there. I need to look up, I always like to watch the Big Ben fireworks in London each year, and they usually live stream that. So I need to pull that up on YouTube and get it ready for, I think theirs is 6 o'clock p.m. my time. So New Year's happens at 6 p.m. my time, if I remember correctly. So I need to go look at that YouTube, the BBC YouTube channel, and see if they already have a live stream event for that. Georgie says, you're certainly having a day, aren't you? Yeah, sometimes it happens. Jen says, I know there will be fireworks in my neighborhood tonight. My dogs hate it. I hate that people set off fireworks in populated areas. It really kind of bugs me. July 4th, I had somebody setting off fireworks in the space between two of the buildings. It was like, guys, really? Really? Let's not do that, please. Okay, thanks. Lots of science and math in quilting. Absolutely there is. It's amazing. You don't think there is, and then you get started and you're like, well, that didn't work. So, yep, lots of math. Quilt math. I think I want to save that because that has a good amount of fabric. It's 6 a.m. right now, and I'm the only one awake, says Sandra. Well, welcome to 2024. All right, let's see here. I think I need just a hair more. Let me grab my other blocks to compare just to make sure. And yep, I just need a ½ inch more, it looks like. Yeah. So I need a ½ inch more and then we'll be good. Let's see here. What do I want to add on? Put that down there for the moment so I can see what else I want to add on. Do I have any longer strips? Trying to find a longer strip that I can add onto. Let's go with this one, and then we need a little bit more. And the BBC broadcast is 6 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I like that. So we're going to go with that, and then we're going to add another. Oh, I bet I can add. Oh, this is going to work. I'm kind of mirroring what is happening above, and I kind of like that. Karen says, it very much annoys me that fireworks are legal to sell, but not legal to set off in any city or town in Arizona or on a public land. Most of the counties also make it illegal, so why sell it? Yeah, it's I don't understand. Thankfully, they don't sell fireworks within city limits, if I remember correctly, here in DFW. Like, they don't sell them in areas that you can't set them off, but people like just go like just outside the city limits, purchase them, and then come back in, and it's like, what? Hooray, I'm finally chatting on a live stream. I'm glad to participate. Welcome, DS. I'm so glad that you were able to chat as well. If you're who I'm thinking of, you sent me a message saying that you weren't able to chat for whatever reason, but I'm so glad that it worked out. Let me know if I'm thinking of the right person. But yeah, Karen, I don't know. I don't know. Last New Year's Eve, I went over to my friend's house, and they don't live in like an unincorporated area. It's like a housing development, and there's like not much else. And so I was driving home, and I literally saw a grass fire on my way home because somebody had been setting off fireworks in their neighborhood and caught the grass on fire. And I'm like, guys, really? Really? Is this what we want? Is this how we want to start off? Hello, Gladys. Welcome. The Confident Quilter is here. Thanks for joining in the fun today. So Be It Quilt says, my husband struggles with fireworks due to his military service. See, no thank you. Honestly, I think a lot of fireworks celebrations should be turned into like drone shows. Now that we have that technology, they should switch to drone shows. I'm just saying. Like, just saying. I think that would be a better use and probably more people would enjoy that. Boop. All right. Let's iron this. And then we'll trim it up. And then I think we'll have a block ready to be added. Katrina says, I dread tonight my little Gabby will probably end up in bed with me. Oregon doesn't sell illegal. We have strict rules because of so many fires so big, they go to Washington and other places to buy illegal fireworks. Goodness gracious. Or at least keep them to the professional shows, that too. Yes, that was me that emailed you about my problems with the live chat. The solution was to use the laptop, not the Kindle. Well, there you go. I'm glad you were able to get it worked out and are able to chat now. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, this is way too long now. And that's okay. That is okay. Fireworks are illegal in the country where I live, but people set them off anyways. It's where county, sorry, not country. Wait. There's no R, so county. That's the dyslexia. I have country and county weird. Like, I will sit there and I'll be like, on filling out forms, like any type of government form or anything like that, I have to sit there and go, wait, does this say country or county? Because there are so many times when it's asking for a country and I put the county, so it goes back and forth. Anyways, instead of spending money on fireworks, which last a minute or two, spend that money on something worthwhile, like donating food to a food bank, animal shelter, or etc. Just my opinion. I do not disagree with that opinion. I think there are much better uses for that. I did, though, for a long time, I wanted to be a pyrotechnician for Disney World because they are obviously one of the largest purchasers of fireworks in the world. And I actually did want to go because they do all the training, like they can get you to become a pyrotechnic technician, and I feel confident that I would have been safe and taken well care of for that, but that never happened. That's okay. That wasn't the path that I was supposed to go down, and I'm okay with that. I'm right there with you, dyslexic Misty. It's hard sometimes. I'm just like, county, country, county, country, county, country. Dale says, Fallon, thank you for your husband's service. Absolutely. Cindy says, we have lots of free public fireworks throughout the year. It is illegal to have fireworks on all Oregon beaches. I know when I went to Multnomah Falls, my friend was apologizing because she was like, I'm sorry the falls aren't more pretty. Like there was a huge forest fire and I couldn't tell the difference, to be honest. But I was like, it's okay. But apparently like a kid had set off a firework, which ended up destroying so much of the landscape. So it happens. So be it quilt. Years ago, my mom, I don't know why I keep saying so be it quilts when I could just say Fallon, but there you go. Fallon says, years ago, my mom and dad both worked at Disney, not doing anything fancy, but they both loved the company and I got in for free. I was really hoping to do Disney as a career option for a while. It obviously did not pan out. I am okay with that. I did get into the Disney College internship, so I could have gone to the Disney College internship if I had wanted to, but they don't pay a lot, and I had bills to pay. So unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to do the Disney College program. But again, that's just not where my path was supposed to go, and I'm okay with that. Makes me sad, for sure, but it is what it is. I would have loved to have worked at Disney, but there you go. Jackie says certain fireworks are legal in Arizona for 27 days around the holidays. We live near a resort that has weekend permits for fireworks. Very nice. Jackie says it's 8:15 here in the UK and the fireworks are already going off. Jackie, that's crazy. Misty says, did you know that being clumsy is a part of dyslexia? I did not. Maybe that would explain a lot. Maybe that would explain a whole heck of a lot. All right, so here's the last row, everyone. This is what it's looking like. There we go. It's looking pretty cool. Let's add it onto the rest of the quilt. And yeah, this is the bottom of the quilt. Excuse me. J.K. Lindsay, I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't break your username up. I apologize for that. It says, hey, Ian and everyone, been watching on TV. Thank you for being here. Mary says, very pretty. Thank you, Mary. Let's put this on correctly, shall we? Tracy says, I like it very much. Thank you, Tracy. Let me just get this all figured out. I think it's going to be a little longer than it needs to be. Let's find out. I think just by a little bit, yeah. Oh, perfect. I can deal with that. Yep, that's going to be perfect. I got it just in the right spot. All right, let's start sewing all of this together. And guess what? It's going to be done. It is going to be a lap-size quilt. It is not a full-size quilt by any stretch of the imagination, but that's okay. I kind of hit this point when I was like, you know what? I really just kind of want to be done with it. Not that there's anything wrong with this project. I've been working on it for a while, and I don't think I have enough pieces to really make any more for it. So I was like, you know what? Let's just finish it out, and we'll send it off to the quilter and let her do her thing. Bambi says, I was wondering what you were making. I am making this crazy quilt. This is the leftover pieces from the Mad Hatter's Tea Party quilt. I finished that quilt and have been working on a few side projects using the leftover. There's a lot of fabric left over in the kits. And so I've been working on turning the extra pieces into another piece of artwork, if you will. And so I've been working on making this I Spy quilt, crazy quilt, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what to call it. I don't know what to call it. Colleen says, hoping to join a quilt party this afternoon, and here you guys are. Well, there you go. Join in the quilt party, everyone. Press your foot up and down. It is something special. It is something, Bambi. It is something. If you missed the front part of the live, I'm calling this my hot mess quilt because it is a hot mess. It is absolutely a hot mess of a quilt. So it is the Hot Mess Express. And if I were to enter it into shows, which I am not, because this is not show worthy in my opinion, I would call this the Hot Mess Express. And it will have a quilt label on it that calls it the Hot Mess Express. Because it is a Hot Mess Express. Let's see. Cindy says, I am liking Scrappy more and more. I have more scraps than I thought. Excellent. I have a full bin in my closet of scraps that I'm going to be hopefully using for when we do the, what is this pattern called? The shooting stars? The showering stars. Don't forget, guys, we're going to be working on this 2024. So if you want to do a sew along, you can go ahead and get the pattern. This is from Robin Pickens Quilt Patterns, and it's called Showering Stars. I'm going to do this just doing a scrappy quilt. So I'm going to use scraps, except for the background fabric. That's the word. I'm going to use, I am going to purchase fabric for the background, but I am going to be making it as all the stars look scrappy, so I'm going to be making them scrappy. I am going to buy the solid colors for the stars, but other than that, it will be a scrappy quilt. Scrappy quilt, I feel like. Christy says, call it an Ian original. Absolutely, I will definitely call this an Ian original. Melina says, hey, Ian, I made it. Welcome. What you making? I am working on this Hot Mess Express. This is leftover fabric from a quilt kit, and I'm working to turn it into a kind of like I Spy or Hot Mess quilt, whatever you want to call it. I Spy or Crazy Quilt or whatever. Lots of different ways to describe this quilt. I'm hoping my quilter can quilt it easily because there's a lot to it in some places. Bambi says, quilting and chatting keeps us busy and out of trouble. Absolutely. Let's see. But yeah, in 2024, I will be doing that sew along with everybody. So if you want to do a sew along with me, grab that quilt pattern. I'm thinking we'll start around the March time frame, because in February, I will be going to QuiltCon, so that's not a good time because I'll be out of town. But then I think in March sounds like a good time to start that project. What do y'all think? Around March. It might be like March, April, somewhere around in there. I think that would be a fun time to get started. Hot mess is okay. Absolutely. Tracy says, I spy Ian. Absolutely you do. You do spy an Ian. I also picked up another pattern. I went to Sewed Up Bernina and Hearst. I was looking for quilt backing, and unfortunately I didn't find any quilt backings that I liked for a specific project. But I did find a quilt pattern, and I thought I kind of want to do another sew along next year. So the first one would be the Shooting Stars one. But then I also found, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oops, that's okay. I also found another pattern that I kind of want to do a sew along with because it is easy and it doesn't take very much time, says the pattern. I'll show you all the pattern here in just a second. Jackie asks, any updates on when you're moving? Not yet. I will keep y'all up to date though, trust me. If you start to see things disappear off the walls and stuff, you know it's coming. But not yet. No, Jackie, no updates on moving yet. Still trying to figure that out. Dragonflies for Donna says, Ian, did you downsize your paper crafting supplies when you stopped making cards at the same volume that you used to? How did you decide what to let go of your old craft? Good question. Donna, I'm going to answer that here in just a second. Let me let me show this off really quick and then we'll move into that question, because it's funny you mentioned that because it just happened. It just happened. So we'll talk about that here in just a minute. Nina says, Happy New Year, Ian. What's the name of the quilt along pattern? This one we're going to be doing first is called Showering Stars. Showering Stars. That's going to be the first one that we're going to tackle next year, probably around the March, April time frame. So if you want to go ahead and buy that pattern, that is the pattern. And we'll talk about the other one that I got at Sewed Up Bernina this weekend, because I'm kind of excited for that one too. You know what? I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that, and I'm just going to let my quilter do the quilting, and then when I get it back, then I will work on squaring it up. Okay, so Hot Mess Express is done. Here's what we got. Let's see. Go this way. So here's what we got for the Hot Mess Express. Look at all that. Look at how crazy this quilt is. Oops, wrong way. There we go. So we got, I keep going the wrong way. So there we go. Got a lot of craziness going on. But I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, that is Hot Mess Express. Christy says, when I downsized my paper crafting, I gave a lot of stuff to Ian. She did. She did give a lot of her paper crafting stuff to me. So there we go. That is the Hot Mess Express. And it is going to go to my quilter soon. So I will get some backing fabric. Why did my iPad turn off again? What in the world is happening? I don't know why my iPad turned off. Because that's what holds all of your comments. Oh, stop. And so when it turns off, I can't see them anymore. There we go. Okay, let's see. Go through the comments really quickly, and then we'll go back to Donna's question. QuiltCon 2020, that's where I first met you on YouTube. I knew I took a great festival tour with you once. Colleen, it's been a while, hasn't it? 2020 was a hot minute ago. We made it through the pandemic and everything. Lots of people are saying that they love the quilt. The quilt is wild. It is very wild. It is very, very wild. Absolutely. Showering Stars by Robin Pickens. Thank you very much. That is the sew along. Donna had a great question for downsizing, because I originally started my YouTube channel paper crafting, making cards, all that kind of stuff. So how did I downsize? It's funny that you asked that, because I literally just started downsizing this past week. I literally bought a bin from Target, and I've started collecting stuff in that bin. A lot of supplies. So I had like acrylic paints, and I started looking at the acrylic paints, and some of them had gone bad. So obviously it's easy to throw those out. I went through the stamp sets. I had probably like 50 stamp sets, and I kept a few that are going to be good for like the outside of envelopes and stuff, because I don't plan on keeping any of my markers. I don't plan on keeping any of the Copics. I don't plan on keeping any of the coloring tools. I don't plan on keeping any of the inks other than black. So I wanted something that would be easy to stamp and like look good just as a stamped image with no coloring. So I have a couple of stamp sets that I'm keeping that are just going to be line work, and they're not going to be colored in or anything like that. So I got rid of, I think I'm keeping maybe like 6 stamp sets. Some of my absolute favorites, I'm keeping those, but I got rid of most of them. I'm getting rid of all of my stamp pads, with the exception of the black ink. I'm keeping my black ink. I'm going to downsize my paper because I don't really use my Cricut much anymore. My auto renew for my Cricut membership just happened back in October, I feel like. And so I do have it for the next year. So I have it through October of 2024. But I did cancel it. So when it would usually go to renew, I'm just going to cancel it because I don't really use my Cricut much anymore for cutting out objects and stuff. So I'm going to cancel that membership. That'll save me $100 each year, which is great. And then all the paper and stuff I'm going to give to, I have nieces and nephews and stuff like that. They always need more paper. So I'm going to downsize my paper to probably just white paper. Just keep the white paper, and then the rest will go to them. And I have a lot of paper. So I'm going to downsize all that. I did keep my envelope cutting board. So I have a 1-2-3 punch board from, what is that from? I can't remember what company it is, but I have a 1-2-3 punch board. I did keep that just in case I want to make envelopes. And I am keeping my paper cutter, my paper trimmer, and what else am I keeping? I think that's it. I do have a die cutting machine that I am on the fence on because I do have some die cuts from the stamp sets that I have, but I kind of want to downsize and get rid of the die cutting machine as well. Because unfortunately, it's not one that I can use for quilting. This one's intended just for paper and card making, so I probably will downsize that machine as well. But yeah, I have the reason I keep looking over here is because I have drawers that used to be all of my paper crafting stuff. They used to be in that drawers, and I'm looking over there to see what's left. But a lot of the bins are empty now because I've destashed them. So I am going to probably do like a garage sale with them. To get rid of some of the stuff because I would like to recoup a little bit of the money, help maybe buy more fabric. But I know that I'm not going to make like tons of money off of it. So, and I also wanted to go to good homes. I don't want to just throw it away. So I hope that answers your question. Let's see. Georgie asks, are you entering it into a show? It's nothing like I've ever seen before. No, probably won't be entering that into a show. It has got some really wonky, weird curves and bad seams and stuff like that. It's not show worthy for sure. Bambi asks, do you think you will miss doing it? Not really. I haven't done a card in like a year, 2 years. So I don't really miss it. I did keep the stuff in case I realized like, oh my gosh, I want to make a card and it just doesn't appeal to me anymore. Like it's fun and I had fun doing it, but I'm kind of over it. I don't want to do it anymore. And I feel like with sewing, there's so much more that I can do with it. I can make quilts, I can make t-shirts, I can make pouches, I can make bags, you can create a variety of things using the sewing machine and the fabric and all that kind of stuff. With paper crafting, I can make cards and that was about it. So I don't really miss making cards. It's just not something that really appeals. Like I'm looking at some of my paper crafting stuff right now and I just have no desire to do it. And that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to move on from a passion of yours, and it happens. You know, I have moved on from paper crafting to sewing and I'm okay with that. So it happens. We are memory keepers. Thank you. I totally forgot the name of the brand. Thank you. We are memory keepers. Hi, Pat Boo. Welcome. Donna says, no YouTube people do a what to do when you switch away from blank crafts. You should do a video. I've been getting rid of some of the stuff for nearly 2 years and giving it to free crafter swaps at my library. Oh, that's a good idea. That's great. Thank you guys for putting in We Are Memory Keepers. I totally, like, if you had asked me that 2 or 3 years ago, like what brand, I'd be like, We Are Memory Keepers, done. I'm kind of out of that now. Cindy says, would you consider donating to schools or teachers? They share with others so it gets used. Possibly, Cindy. I would definitely think about that. It just depends on, I know sometimes like some of the tools and some of the things are specialized, and the teachers may not have the specialized things for that. So like the paper, stamp set, the stamp pads, stuff like that, I would absolutely donate to teachers. But some of the more specialized things, they may not be able to use it. So that's the thing. Janine says, I love color, and it does have a lot of color in it. Absolutely. I think crafts are meant to be there for various stages. We grow into them or out of them. Absolutely, Donna. I think you're right. I think that card making and paper crafting was there for a good season, like long season. It was a long season that I did paper crafting. So basically since 2014 is when I did paper crafting, and it just doesn't bring me joy anymore. So Auntie L says, I gave the majority of my punches and papers to the elementary school when I moved. Good idea. Math Geek says, I've been downsizing books to make room for fabric, but there are some that I can't part with. Math Geek, I absolutely feel that. There are some things that I'm not going to let go of. Like, I have a stamp set that is bats, and I never want to let that stamp set go. I'm going to keep a couple of tools, like a couple of clear acrylic blocks for stamping. I'm going to keep a couple of those so that way I can stamp bats onto different things. So I absolutely, yep. Janine says, I have a lot of card making too, and I don't make them anymore. It happens. It totally happens. Val says, I have a crafting thrift shop store near me. They take leftover and used craft stuff. It's great for crafting and sewing stuff that I don't want to use anymore. That's really awesome. I love that. I just started it up again recently, says Karen. That's awesome. Sandra says, my husband accidentally got rid of my cross-stitching stuff. Uh-oh, except for the threads. And while I was sad at the time, I don't really miss it. Isn't it funny how, like, you are so into something and then it goes away and you're like, no, I'm good. Oh no, he got the donation boxes mixed up. Oops. I just poured that all over myself. Did y'all see that? I just poured it all over. Okay, well, there you go. Glinda says, hi, Ian, and hello in the chat. Happy New Year. Cindy says, you can use the stamps and fabric inks to do all kinds of things. That's true. I could use some fabric inks. I just poured this water into my chair. Thankfully, it didn't get onto me. It got into the chair. There you go. Bambi says, I used to do jewelry making, and that didn't last long. I'm into quilting. Donna says, I see a short video pouring water. I see an Ian short video pouring water on himself coming up. Typical Ian. Typical Ian. You are not wrong. Typical Ian. Just poured all of that onto my lap. There you go. Anywho, so I do have some, I want to pull this up here so that way you can see. Michelle the Quilter says, Happy New Year, everyone. So I do still have some leftovers. And I think what I'm going to do now, I don't really have enough to make another project with just these specifically. So I am probably going to put this into my scraps. These will go into my scraps collection. And then when I'm working on the Showering Stars pattern, I'll probably pull some of these out for that pattern because I bet that would work out great. Oh, and I was going to show you all the other pattern that I got this weekend. Catherine says, you are a joy. I'm so glad, Catherine. So glad I could be a joy because it gets so crazy sometimes. I'm like, really? Did I just pour that water into my lap? Yes, I did. You're welcome, everyone. Teresa says, I'm tired of quilting and want to move on to art painting. Ooh, that sounds fun, Teresa. So Becca, Ian needs a towel. I do need a towel. Math Geek says, yeah, Mickey, it was a surprise to me that I could let go of them. It's weird. It's crazy, right? It's like you just get into it. Bambi says, I need to go. I have some sausage balls to make for snacks tonight. See you later, Bambi. Thanks for joining me today. Really appreciate it. I ran across this pattern in Soda Bernina, and it caught my eye because it is very bold. And I kind of love it. I kind of love this pattern. This is a fat quarter friendly, so this works with fat quarters. I thought that would be cool. This is from Taylor Quilt Patterns. Is that right? Tara Evans is her name. Tara Evans. But this is the quilt pattern Visionary. No, Visionary. Yeah, Visionary. This is the quilt pattern. And as you can see on the side here, oops, wrong side. It says skill level 1 star and time 1 level. So I figured, if I can hold this upright, I figured this would be a fun sew along that we could do. Because it's fat quarter friendly and it says that it is a very basic project and time, and it project finishes at 72 by 72. So I figured we could do this one. Maybe we'll do this one for Pride Month because it's the mock-up she has on it has the rainbow on it, and I think that this would be a great Pride quilt to work on with those colors in there. So I liked this pattern a lot. I thought about not buying it because I was like, I don't need another pattern, but I think it would be pretty cool. And by not buying it, I meant like I wasn't going to steal it and do it anyways. I was going to not buy the pattern and just not do it. But I like the pattern a lot, so I think I'll probably do that maybe in June for Pride. I think that would be a fun quilt to work on for Pride. So I used to do, when I did card making during the month of June, all of my projects, because I would release a new card video every week, and all of my projects during the month of June were Pride related quilts. And so I think, or cards, I meant cards. They were Pride related cards. So maybe we'll do a Pride related sew along in June. And obviously you don't have to do the rainbow if you don't want to. You can do whatever, you can pick whatever fabric you want to, but I thought it would be a fun one. Melissa says, Happy New Year, Ian and everyone. Just getting here. I was at Costco. Uh-oh. Wrong day for Costco. It was busy. Yeah, I would not go to... Susan, thank you very much for subscribing. I would not be going to Costco today. Cindy says, paint fabric to use in quilts. Great combination of both arts. Our local quilters and art guilds joined together to do a quilted picture of Waldport Bridge with fabric and paint too. That's cool. I like that. Awkward Quilter is here, who's also a supporter of my channel. Woo woo! Thank you, Awkward Quilter. She says, hi, Ian and all. Just wanted to wish you a Happy New Year. There are a gazillion lives this weekend, which means a lot of great replays for me to get through during the work week. Absolutely. It's pretty awesome. Katrina likes the pattern. Adam. Oh, hi, Adam. Welcome. Happy New Year. Dragonflies for Donna says Tara Lee has an Etsy. Her chroma is wild. Ooh, I'm going to have to check that out. I'm going to do that. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to check it out here on the live while we're sitting here because I want to see what you're talking about. Over here, please. Thank you. What is Tara Lee? Tara Lee. Oops, if I can spell. T-A-R-I, Lee, E-T-S, Etsy. Let's see. Oops, that's skincare. Nope, that's not the right one. I clicked on Tara Lee skincare. Nope. Chroma. Nope, that's not it either. Let's use the keyword quilt. Oh, I've seen her before. Okay. Oh, I know who she is now. I've seen this pattern before. Let me pop this out. And let me go to... Can I do web browser? I don't know if I can show this or not. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. What is this one? Studio mode. Okay, there we go. So let's go web browser. Hold on just a second, guys. I can do this. I can make this happen. Chrome. I need to find, hold on, my browser is not selected at the moment, so I need to select it. Oh, that's Chrome. I don't want Chrome. I want Safari. This one. Okay, there we go. Okay, all right. This works. This works. Okay, now, how do I go? Oh, transition. There we go. Okay, I got it to work. So this is Chroma on Etsy. This is again Tara Evans. And so this is the pattern. Tara Lee. This is the pattern. I've seen this pattern in a couple of different shows that I've gone to. So yeah, I actually did know of her before and I didn't even realize it. So there you go. Chroma, love that. But yeah, I'm thinking we will do, why is this? Turn it off. Oh, okay, there we go. I broke my setup for a moment, but we're good. But yeah, we'll be doing Visionary, I think in June of 2024, so. Let's see here. I missed a comment somewhere. Deborah says, thank you so much, Ian, for sharing the gravity kit. I've made the first block. It will be great for learning quilting techniques with my Juki this year, starting Angela Walters dot to dot this week. Awesome. I'm so glad, Deborah. Glad to hear that. Yes, Donna, Tara Lee Quiltery. Let's see, Mickey says, my husband once said that I should get rid of some books to have more room. I told him I had some of my books longer than I've had you. Make of that what you will. That's funny. That's very funny. So if Tara Lee makes quilts and Sarah Lee makes cheesecake, what does Farrah Lee make? I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. That's from a different Etsy shop. Hers is Tara Lee, excuse me, thank you. Tara Lee Quilty. Appreciate that. It's funny because like Tara Lee Quiltery is hers, but her name is Tara Evans. So anyways, make of that what you will. All right, so June, ow, I almost poked my eye with that. You're welcome, everyone. It's just going pear-shaped today. So yeah, all right. I think let's talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a very short live. It's literally just going to be pulling the names of winners. You do not need to be present to win. I will email you if you are selected as one of the 3 winners. I will email you. You'll have 48 hours to respond to me. And then once you respond, we'll figure out, I don't know if I need to email them or they will email me, or I don't know how that works, but whatever. So we'll have that tomorrow. It's going to be a very short live, literally just popping on and off just to do the giveaway, nothing too crazy. And then, yeah, that'll be it. So, and then next week, I haven't decided what's happening. I have some place to be on Sunday when I would normally go live. So I've got to figure out if I'm going to go live Saturday or if we skip a week, or I don't know how it's going to work out. Let me know what you think. Do you want to do a live on Saturday instead of Sunday, or do you want to take a week off and go the following week? Let me know your thoughts in a moment. Susan says, the family I married into has so much fun today. Happy year out day. I love that year out day. Such a great idea. Love your quilt. Love the scraps. Happy New Year. Thank you. Are you going to do that pattern in June as a sew-along? Yes, Donna. I was thinking about doing it as a sew-along. I haven't committed to it yet. So if you want to buy the pattern because you can, please feel free to do so. But I haven't committed to doing, I am committing to a sew-along for Showering Stars. So I will be doing that one as a sew along, but I haven't committed to a sew along with that one. But I'm pretty sure in June we'll do that. So, yep. I'm waiting for 30 seconds because I wanted to make sure that it takes about 30 seconds for everything to get out there. Do it Saturday. I enjoy your weekly lives. Okay, Judy, you are the deciding vote. We're going to do it Saturday. We're going to do a Saturday live. And I was going to go up to Boxcar Quilts and do a live from their store on Saturday, but they're closed this Saturday. They're closed the first week in January. So I was like, oh, darn. Well, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. But yeah. All right, everybody. I think that's going to do it for today. Please have a very safe and happy New Year. Again, if you are going out to any parties, please make sure to have a designated driver or be the designated driver or take an Uber or public transportation. Please, please, please do not drink and drive. Please stay where you are if you are impaired, or take an Uber or whatever. Happy New Year, everyone. Have a safe and happy New Year. Let's get ready for 2024, and we'll make 2024 a good year. And we'll have more lives. We'll have more lives and do more things. And yeah. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for spending your day with me. And remember, guys, what am I going to say? Normal is just a setting on the dryer. I'll see y'all in 2024. Have a great evening, everyone. Be safe. And I love ya. Bye-bye.